The Lemoyne baseball team isn't going to see any field action for quite some time.
The extreme cold and snow throughout the Northeast has led to a frustrating start to the season. Austin Pollack went to see how the Dolphins are coping with the weather.
Spring training may be underway in Florida and Arizona, but up here in central New York, there is no baseball to be played outside at Dick Roswell Field at Lemoyne College. It's out of order for now, and the team is practicing indoors. The weather all throughout the Northeast has made field availability an issue for much of the Northeast 10 Conference.
Out here, it's the dead of winter. But in here, baseball. One of the worst winter months in Syracuse history has put a damper on the start of the Lemoyne baseball season. Although they usually start the season with some practices indoors, head coach Scott Cassidy does not see the team stepping onto their field until the end of April.
It's not only the snow now, and it's the temperatures, and with the temperatures being below freezing, it's going to be a long time before everything thaws out there.
Lemoyne has had scheduling issues related to the snow in previous years, but mainly because of the weather in the Syracuse area. New England has had a harsh winter, so now the issue is not just the home schedule, but the road one as well. Cassidy says when neither team's field is available, it's time to think outside the box.
Try to find a neutral site. Fortunately, in the last few years, a lot of teams have been getting turf fields. We have to find those turf fields, hope nobody's renting them already, and hopefully they plow them and blow the snow off of them so that they're available.
Ground balls don't go well on hardwood floors. For the outfielders, practicing indoors is even more of a challenge. Indoor practices make game preparation unrealistic. Outfielder Donato DeNorcia chose to play college ball at Lemoyne after playing high school ball in Naples, Florida.
It was really hard at first. Hand warmers. That's been my secret so far. I put like 2 in my back pocket or so, sometimes slip them in like a sleeve.
Being in the gym means DeNorcia cannot take fly balls that he might see in games. The weather doesn't just impact the schedules, but it also affects practice drills and situations.
It is frustrating being in the cold. It's tough being in this gym, not getting, fly balls, getting ground balls that decide to skip up because we're on a wood floor.
Cassidy spent 3 years pitching in the major leagues with stops in Toronto, Boston, and San Diego. He is a 1998 graduate of Lemoyne. This season is one that he won't be forgetting anytime soon.
This is my 5th year as the head coach, so for 5 years here, and I don't even remember it being this bad. I played here when I was in college, and I don't remember it being this bad even when I was playing.
Lemoyne was supposed to play a weekend series on Long Island this past weekend. Both games were postponed. For now, the only competition for the Dolphins is with Mother Nature.
The Dolphins don't open their home schedule until March 21st against Bentley University, but even that game appears to be in jeopardy because of the weather.
We'll be right
About Syracuse basketball, the Orange fell to number 2 Virginia 59-47 at the Carrier Dome last night, putting the Orange at 18-12 on the season. After the game, Boeheim praised senior center Rakeem Christmas for his hard work and dedication during his time at Syracuse. Even with one more game remaining in the season, Boeheim has already made his end-of-the-season evaluations.
I don't generally assess the team until the year is over, which is usually longer, but it's going to be over this week. My feeling is I'm not sure exactly how this team won 18 games.
This season is the first time the Orange has lost more than 10 games since the 2007-2008 season. The preparation for next season begins shortly, but Syracuse has one more game on its schedule against NC State on Saturday in Raleigh. For the third week in a row, a member of the Syracuse men's lacrosse team has been named the ACC Offensive Player of the Week. After 2 weeks of Dylan Donahue holding that title, senior attack Kevin Rice received the honors today. He had 3 goals and 4 assists to help Syracuse knock off number 5 Virginia in the ACC opener on Saturday. Rice has 88 assists in an SU uniform, which places him 8th on the school's all-time list. The Denver Nuggets have fired head coach Brian Shaw. Shaw was 56-85 in his 2 years with the Nuggets and in the 3rd year of his contract. Shaw has led the Nuggets to a 20-39 record so far this season, and they are 12.5 games out of a playoff spot in the Western Conference. Assistant coach Melvin Hunt has been named the interim head coach. The Houston Rockets hold the NBA Western Conference's third best record heading into tonight's game, but they'll be a little shorthanded. Guard James Harden will serve a one-game suspension for kicking Cavaliers forward LeBron James in the groin during the third quarter of Sunday's game. Harden was given a flagrant 1 foul, but the league changed it to a flagrant 2. Harden serves his suspension tonight against the Eastern Conference leading Hawks in Atlanta. Baseball is finally back. There may be snow and freezing temperatures up here in central New York, but baseball spring training exhibition games are underway in Florida and Arizona. There are 6 games in progress in Grapefruit League action and 2 in the Cactus League. The San Francisco Giants have begun their quest to defend their World Series title. The Giants are in Cactus League action right now against the team from across the bay, the Oakland Athletics. World Series MVP Madison Bumgarner had a rough first inning. He gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. It's been a while, but remember the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? Pete Frates is the man behind the act of dumping a bucket of ice water on your head and nominating your friends and family to do the same. Frates is a former Boston College baseball outfielder who was diagnosed with ALS in March of 2012. On the 3-month anniversary of his diagnosis, the BC Eagles and Boston Red Sox honored him in today's exhibition game at JetBlue Park in Fort Myers. The Eagles wore replicas of his jersey, and the Red Sox wore their spring training jerseys with Frates and the number 3 on the back. NYU's baseball program is coming out of retirement. NYU hasn't had a varsity baseball program in more than 40 years. The Violets have a roster of 23 freshmen, 6 sophomores, 2 juniors, and no seniors. They played a 3-game series at Oglethorpe University outside of Atlanta 2 weeks ago and were outscored 27-6.